going to start today's practice in child's pose. Taking a spot at the rear of the mat, coming down onto your knees, relaxing forward until your head meets the floor, arms relaxed in front of you, hips sinking down in towards your heels. Taking this moment to settle our mind before we begin the practice in full. I want you to think about your breath, taking nice long inhales through your nose, warming up the air and filling your lungs. And then exhaling, slowly sighing out the air again through your nose, trying to make the length of the inhalation equal the length of the exhalation. Reach your hands a little bit further forward, let your hips sink a little bit deeper towards the mat as you sink into that breath. Long, slow inhalations followed by long, sighing expirations. Okay, from here we're going to slowly bring ourselves up into a tabletop position, shoulders stacked above the wrists, hips above the knees, and slowly circling your hips out, trying to create some heat in the base of your spine to warm that area up, get prepared for what's to come in the rest of the practice. You can go forwards and backs, side to side, circles, anything that feels good. And take the weight to the front of the mat, so your weight is now over your wrists, circling again, or forwards and backwards, not overstretching the wrists, but just trying to create some heat to make them more supple for what's about to come. Okay, and then we're going to come and take a seat on our heels at the back of the mat, grow nice and tall in the back, and then twist out to the right. Let the left hand grab the right knee. Take your gaze towards the back of the mat as your shoulder twists round behind you. Use your breath. Come back to center, grow tall, and then twist to the left. Use your breath to gain the twist. Take that gaze behind you. And coming back to center, we're going to reach our hands forward to the front of the mat and then push our hips up and take our first down dog. Walking the dog out, straightening one leg and bending the other, trying to create some heat down the muscles down the back of our legs. Get them prepared for what's to come. Raise your right leg behind you and then roll forward and place your right foot outside your right hand. Drop your back knee to the floor, come into lizard. Shoulders inside that knee, pushing your hips forwards and down. Okay, I'm going to take your right hand to the inside of your right knee and open up to the right, twisting your shoulders and taking your gaze to the sky. We'll come back to center and we'll place both hands on the knee and we'll take a low lunge, pushing your hips forward, sucking your belly button in. And from here, we're going to push our hips back and we're going to take a half split. Fingertips touch the floor, trying to suck your belly button in towards your thigh. Work with your breath. Bring your hands back to the front of the mat, step back, push your hips back into down dog. Walking the dog out one more time. Now, left side. Taking your left leg high towards the back of the room, roll forward and your left foot, place it on the outside Your left hand, drop the back knee, untuck your toes, bring yourself into lizard. Keep your hips square, feel your hip opening, feel your groin opening. Okay. From here, bring your left hand, resting at the inside of your left knee, open onto the blade of that foot, twist your shoulders, and look up at the sky. Keep breathing. Okay. Both hands on the knee, going into a low lunge, hips push forwards. And from here, we'll push our hips back and we'll come into that half split. See how my leg is bent? It doesn't have to be straight, just come to where you're comfortable at the moment. Bring the hands back to the front of the mat, step back into down dog. Hips high, arms long. We're going to try to get back in tune with our breath. Long inhales through the nose, long exhales, then step forward till your feet meet your hands, forward fold, inhale for half lift, exhale for forward fold, inhale, hands go all the way to the sky, exhale, hands by the side, shrug your shoulders up and then push back and down, mountain pose, squeezing your thighs together, squeezing your butt cheeks together, feeling strong, feeling that strength in the core. Stay in here for 5. Okay, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back into high plank. Exhale through chaturanga, dropping your knees if you need. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale back into down dog. And we're staying here for 5 breaths. Making a long line from fingertip to hips. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Stay in here for 5. Step forward. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands all the way to the sky. Exhale, hands come to the side. Inhale, shrug up. Exhale, shrug down. Nice and strong in mountain pose. Stay in for 5 breaths. And we go again. Standing tall, standing firm, tighten all the muscles of that core. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to high plank. Exhale as you lower down through chaturanga. Inhale for up dog. Exhale for down dog. Okay, stay in here for 5 breaths. Create a long line again, fingertips to hips. Let your head relax. Try and bring your shoulders away from your ears. Step to the front one more time. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale for forward fold. Inhale, hands go all the way to the sky. Exhale, hands come by the side. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up. Exhale as they go back and down. Squeezing thighs, squeezing butt cheeks, engaging the core, feeling strong. That's our second sun salutation. We're going to go for a third. Inhale to the sky. Exhale for forward fold. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back. High plank. Exhale as you lower down, chaturanga. Inhale for up dog. Exhale for down dog. Taking our 5 breaths here. Thinking about our posture. Thinking about trying to get our hips as high as we can. And then step forward to the front of the mat. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, hands go all the way to the sky. Exhale to your side, shoulders shrugging up and down. And moving into our flow. We're going to start in the same way. So inhaling, hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then step back into high plank. Exhale as you lower down through chaturanga. Inhale for an up dog. Exhale into down dog. Okay, settling ourselves here, getting back into tune with our breath. We're going to start to move on our left side. So, left leg raises to the back of the room, roll forward, bring your foot between your hands, rise yourself up into high lunge. Front leg stays bent, knee over ankle, and the heel on the rear foot pushes down towards the back of the mat, sinking down in your groin. Spin out, take warrior two, again front leg stays bent, knee over ankle, blade of the back foot pushing into the ground. Take the gaze over the front hand. From here, push both legs out straight, reaching forward with your front hand, and rotate yourself in to triangle pose. Trying to create a nice long line from floor up to sky with your hands. Twisting your shoulders out to the side and twisting your hips out to the side. From here, come back into warrior two. And then we're going to take the left forearm down, place it on top of the left thigh. Pull your shoulders out to the side, roll your hand up and over to take extended side angle, creating a nice long line from fingertip down to the blade of the foot on the back leg. Okay, bring that top hand to the floor, and we're going to come into a revolve lunge by spinning the left hand towards the sky, opening up the shoulders, pulling out the knee to the side, taking the gaze to the sky. Bring both hands back to the mat, step back for high plank, exhale as you lower through chaturanga, inhaling for up dog, exhaling back into down dog. Taking a moment here to collect our breath before we move on to the right side. So right leg lifts, roll forward, place the right foot between the hands, rise up gently into high lunge. Hips are square, front knee is over ankle. And spin yourself out, taking warrior two. Opening up your hips, your chest at the side, taking that gaze over and beyond the front fingers. Straighten out both legs. And then we're going to reach forward and roll ourselves into triangle. So opening up the shoulders, chest, and the hips to the side, pointing the fingers at the sky. Coming back into warrior two, taking a moment with our breath here. Then we're going to come to bring our front forearm down to rest on top of our thigh, open up our chest and our hips to the side, swing the top arm through and over, creating a long line from fingertip to the blade of the back foot, an extended side angle. Bring the top hand to the floor, and we're going to revolve that twist, that low lunge. Opening up the knee to the side, taking the right hand to the sky, taking the gaze up to follow it. And bringing your top hand back to the mat, stepping back for your high plank once again.
exhaling as you low down, inhaling for up dog, and exhaling, hips go high, back into down dog. Taking some breaths here to settle yourself down one more time. And we're going to take a little break here. So come down onto your knees and take your child's pose. So hips sinking in to your heels, relax your head forward, relax your arms forward. So we're going to take a couple of minutes to recompose ourselves. Think about your breathing. Think about taking those long inhales through your nose, warming the air as it comes in, filling up your chest, and then exhaling, sighing it out. If you can gain control of your breath, you'll gain control of your heart rate, and you'll gain control of your mind. So breathing in, nice and slow, and exhaling, nice and slow. Control your mind. So coming back up onto all fours into tabletop, we're going to circle out those hips again, move those hips, just see how much nicer they feel after that movement that we've had. Okay, and then we'll come and take that weight forward over our wrists. See how much more supple they feel now that we've done our flow. Okay, come to sit, your sit bones in between your feet in hero, so your feet need to be a little bit wider. Rise up tall, and then we're going to start by twisting out to the right hand side. So taking your left hand over to your right knee, twisting your shoulders out and looking towards the back of the mat. Okay, coming back to centre for a moment, sitting up tall, and then we'll twist out to the left. Okay, use your breath. So use the inhale to grow yourself tall, and use the exhale to twist yourself out. Inhaling high, exhaling to twist. Back to center, and we're going to recline that hero pose. So slowly work your way back, your hands into your elbows, all the way back if you can. Think about your position here, pushing your hips up towards the sky, sucking your belly button in, so that it's not just an arch in your back that's creating that pose. Feeling yourself engaged through your core. And slowly work your way out of that. I'm going to come to puppy dog. So reach your hands forward right up to the front of the mat, stack your hips above your knees, and gradually lower your forehead towards the mat. Straighten out your arms by curling your elbows in towards one another to keep them off the floor, and taking a cheeky little peek forward if you've got the mobility there to do that. Okay, coming back up to all fours, and we're going to push ourselves through, and we're going to meet in down dog once again. You're going to prepare to take some standing forward folds.
And settle back into your breath. Take your left leg high, roll forward, place your left foot between your hands, peel yourself up into a high lunge. And from here we're going to spin out to a wide-legged stance. Take our hands to the small of our back, lean back, look at the sky, and then fold forwards at the hips. Try and keep your legs nice and long, get motion in your hips, and then bring your hands to the floor. Try and fold deeper. Take our walk with our hands out to our left foot, see if we can fold
belly button into thigh. Walking to the other side, frame that right foot, again trying to fold forward, belly button sinking in towards thigh. Coming back to the centre, we're going to toe heel our feet slightly together, and we're going to take a halfway squat. So bum in line with the knees, elbows squeezing knees open in preparation for goddess. So coming up onto our toes, taking our arms out wide in a goddess squat. Rotate to the front of the mat, bring both hands down, step back into your high plank, you know where we're going. Exhale as you lower down, chaturanga. Inhale for up dog, and exhale back into down dog. Take some clearing breaths here, push those hips high as we get ready to go on the right hand side. Okay, so raising the right leg to the back of the room, roll forwards, foot comes between hands, rise up into high lunge, and we'll spin out to the left this time in a wide-legged stance with straight legs. And from here, we're going to bring our hands down to rest on the top of our hips, and we're going to take a little look up at the sky and fold forward at the hips. Use the motion in your hips, try and keep your legs long, and then bring your hands to the floor. We're going to try and sink deeper in this fold by bringing our hands in between our legs, and see if we can try and pull as we exhale and create a little bit more of a fold. Come out nice and slow, spin to the front of the mat. Okay, take your hands to the mat, and we'll step back into high plank, flow through that vinyasa one more time, and we'll meet back in down dog. Taking some clearing breaths here. Okay, take a couple of breaths here before we slowly walk our feet to meet our hands, and we're going to ragdoll out here, just to try and compose ourselves again. Okay, and then slowly rising up tall, standing, to take yourself into mountain pose, shoulders shrugging back and down. Okay, taking an inhale here, reaching the hands for the sky, exhaling for a forward fold, inhaling for a halfway lift, exhale, hands to mat, step back into high plank, exhale as you lower down, chaturanga, inhaling for up dog, exhaling your way back into down dog, hips high. Okay, from here we're going to prep for pigeons. Left leg rises, bring your left knee to your left wrist, sink your hips down, come onto your forearms, keep your hips nice and square. You should be feeling the stretch in your left bum cheek. If you're feeling anything in your knee, you've probably gone a bit too deep and you need to come out. If you're happy, sink all the way down into the mat. And just work with your breath. You should work into that stretch. Okay, come up onto your hands, arch your back a little as you push your hips down towards the floor. And working our way out nice and slow, we're going to meet in down dog, take some settling breaths to prep for the next side. So right leg lifts, roll forward,
Bring the right knee to the right wrist, cross your foot across your body, sink the hips back and down, rest down on your forearms. Work with your breath, and when you're happy, sink your body down into the mat. Really sink in and enjoy the moment. It's one of my favourite stretches. Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to slowly come out of that, coming up onto our hands first. Create that nice little arch in our back, pushing the hips forwards. Before we untangle ourselves, and then we come and meet back in down dog. Okay, take a couple of breaths here, and then I want you to either walk forward or jump through and meet in a seated position at the front of the mat. Your legs out straight in front of you. Sit high up onto our sit bones and reach up to the sky and fold forward and grab what you can. If you need to bend your legs, that's absolutely fine. Just try and squeeze belly button in towards thighs. Slowly relax out, bring the soles of your feet together, bring your feet in towards your groin, let your knees flop out to the side as we take bound angle, sitting up nice and upright on your sit bones. Work with your breath here. And then slowly relax yourself back onto the mat. Keep those knees open wide, the soles of the feet together. Take a hand to the belly and a hand to the chest, and feel your breath as we recline in bound angle. And so when we're ready, we're going to come into our final relaxation pose. Shavasana, legs out long, feet flop into the side, arms out to the side, palms facing up, your eyes closed down, just thinking about your breath, listening to the wind through the trees, listening to the bird song, just a final minute or so of relaxation. Slowly start to wake yourself up. Wiggle your feet, wiggle your fingers, get some movement. Keep your eyes closed down. And we're going to slowly bring ourselves up into a seated position with our legs crossed, sitting on our sit bones. Back nice and tall. Keep those eyes closed and just take a moment to take in the atmosphere around you. Okay, thank you for joining me in today's practice.